Good evening and compliments of the season. Welcome to the main news tonight, the 19th of December 2025. To present the main news, my name is Trace Mwansa. A look at the top stories making headlines tonight. Muvi nullifies Lubinde's expulsion for by-elections to be held. Livingstone man discovers what is expected to be human hand belonging to an infant. Mpongwe Town Council workers protest enters day 2. And in sports news, Zesco to host Kansanshi Dynamos this Saturday. And now the news in detail. The Zambia Police Service in Southern Province has launched investigations following the discovery of a human remains believed to belong to a baby in Lubuyu compound of Livingstone. Police said the discovery was reported to Lubuyu Police Station on Thursday after residents alerted authorities about remains found near a collapsed makeshift shelter in the Chilekelo area. Officers who visited the scene collected the remains, which were later examined by medical personnel at Livingstone University Teaching Hospital. An inquiry file has since been opened, with police appealing to members of the public who may have information to assist the ongoing investigations. Workers at Mpongwe Town Council are threatened to down tools, embarking on a go-slow after the council failed to pay salaries for 4 months. Zambia United Local Authorities Workers Union Mpongwe branch chairperson David Chilembo said the delay in wages is affecting workers' livelihood and morale. Mr. Chilembo noted that the council's local revenue are insufficient to meet payroll obligations and has called on the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development to intervene. Workers highlighted challenges in meeting basic needs, including paying house rentals, loans, and farming imports. With some reportedly facing evictions, attempts to reach Mpongwe Town Council for comment were unsuccessful as the public relations officer phones went unanswered.
Workers are in 3 to 4 months salary arrears. As a union, we have been engaging management on the same matter to see how best the issue can be resolved. At the same time, we had also engaged our union leadership from the province. We have engaged our union leadership from the National Executive Committee, who also made their efforts to come and appreciate the challenges which the workers at Mpongwe Council
are going to school. We've got dependents. I can't even go to a shop to ask for something. They will say it will take maybe 6 or 8 months to get for me to refund them. Talking to management several times. We've also engaged NEC, the union, from the branch level, province level, to the national level. Equally, the minister is.
Yeah, for the one who ngatwa kudishinda ramano basatreta ma problems nomba kuma communities mudaba na they affected amanganda kusongera.
So, the electorates in those particular constituencies where we have members of parliament from the Patriotic Front who voted for Bill number 7.
Patriotic Front acting president Given Lubinda has with immediate effects expelled all members of parliament from the former ruling party who voted in favor of the Constitution Amendment Bill number 7. Mr. Lubinda announced the decision when he addressed party officials on Thursday, saying the move was meant to uphold party discipline and disciples. However, he did not disclose the names of the affected lawmakers, as uncertainty remains over how many Patriotic Front supported the bill during the debate and final reading in Parliament.
And with immediate effect, all Patriotic Front members of Parliament who voted in favor of the unconstitutional Amendment Bill number 7 are hereby expelled from the Patriotic Front.
Workers.
Chabinga's story. Robert Chabinga Opposition Patriotic Front faction has invited all members of parliament who have been expelled by Given Luvinda. Mr. Chabinga announced this development during a live broadcast on his Facebook page on Friday evening. On Thursday afternoon, Given Luvinda expelled MPs who voted for Bill 7 during the second and third reading on the National Assembly on Monday.
My point that I want to advise all Patriotic Front members, including those members, I'm even inviting you, the members that did not come to vote, who were quarantined. We are welcoming everybody to my camp. As we are cool, calm, and collected, we are very, very organized. And I want to tell you that by January, we shall launch our new secretariat, because that other secretariat is contaminated, it has issues. We are opening a new secretariat where all of you must be coming, and all the members, even the mayors, councillors, and those councillors and the mayors who think they will be adopted otherwise, it will be very difficult, my brother. Everyone, you must know, everyone wants the PF because it's a brand. It's a brand that is sold, and the only person who has the brand is one Chubbs International. You must even thank me for keeping this party up to date. All of you, you are riding on the name of the PF because of the proper systems that you have put in place. And that's why you are even being called no PF. Now I want to warn you, Honorable Luvinda, you are a masquerader. Stop impersonating. Secretary General Mr. Ngona, I'm instructing you that by Monday, you need to report the Honorable Given Luvinda to the police for impersonation. We shall not first use the issue of the contempt to come later. Bakalamba ba Luvinda, bakalamba besu. Uyo mubiri bwakwata, twefa mwatu waliroko watu wali distraction.
Minister of Information and Media and Chief Government Spokesperson Cornelius Muitwa has declared null and void the decision by Patriotic Front Acting President Given Luvinda to expel members of Parliament who voted in support of Constitution Amendment Bill 7. Addressing the media in Lusaka on Friday morning, Mr. Muitwa clarified that the affected lawmakers exercised their constitutional rights when they voted on the bill and that the expulsion carry no legal effects. He further stressed that there will be now no by-elections in the affected constituencies, adding that Parliament is expected to adjourn sine die around.
So, the electorates in those particular constituencies where we have members of parliament from the Patriotic Front who voted for Bill number 7 should know in advance that their members of parliament will remain in office until parliament adjourns sine die. The provisions, if any, seeking to get legal grounds from the Patriotic Front manifesto, or rather constitution, to expel these members to the extent that the same is inconsistent with the constitution is unsustainable. I also want to take this opportunity to let my colleagues, the members of parliament who are the subject of this kind of political victimization, to know that they stand on firm ground. No law framed against members of parliament such as this will be sustained by any court of law in Zambia. There is nothing. So it is important at this particular stage for the citizens to know that that expulsion was just on paper, and it is just worth the salt of that particular paper on which Honorable Given Luvinda was reading. There shall be no by-elections that may arise between now and the adjournment of Parliament Senate Day, somewhere I think in May, arising out of the expulsion of members of Parliament who voted for Bill number 7. They remain in situ.
President Hakainde Hichilema has reiterated that education remains one of Zambia's most critical economic sectors, describing it as the best investment, equalizer, and inheritance for the nation. Speaking during the Silver Jubilee celebration of the Basic Education Teachers Union of Zambia, BETUS, in Lusaka, President Hakainde Hichilema paid tribute to teachers for their vital role in national development. He pledged continued government support to the education sector, including sustained teacher recruitment and improved learning environments. The head of state, Education Minister Douglas Siakalima, who also addressed the gathering, described teachers as the oxygen of the country. He announced that government is finalizing the construction of 165 secondary schools nationwide, alongside additional schools supported by the World Bank. He further highlighted that by 2025, 53 students are on the bursaries and loans compared to 23,000 in 2021. BETUS General Secretary Henry Sinkala said President Hichilema's presence at the Jubilee celebration demonstrated the premium UPND government attaches to education. He noted that over 40,000 teachers have been recruited in the past 4 years, with BETUS membership rising from 35,000 in 2021, more than 72,000 in 2025. He also outlined investment ventures aiming at improving teachers' livelihood.
This commission, BETUS, ZCTU, let's work together and other unions, governments, cabinet office, let's work together to improve the learning and teaching environment. And that also requires more classrooms, isn't it? More enrollment. Now, those who were in government who were arguing with us that we will not be able to implement free education, and we have now shown them that we have been able to, even after they bankrupted the state through the debt default, we were still able to introduce free education because we believed in education as an investment. Now that we have achieved debt restructuring, and now that we are growing the economy, this government, I can confirm here, will invest more in education. BETUS will be one of the beneficiaries, and we must work together, government and BETUS.
Yes, the delay by the
Agriculture experts Oliver Blyers urged government to clarify when farmers who sold their maize to the Food Reserve Agency will get paid, warning that the uncertainty is threatening next season's production. Speaking to Muvi TV News, Dr. Blyers says the lack of clear guidance on payment timeline is leaving farmers in a bind, making it hard for them to prepare for the current farming season. He stated that some farmers are still waiting to get paid despite government assurance that funds have been released. Dr. Blyers has demanded the Agriculture Minister to either speed up payments or give farmers a clear timeline.
Yes, the delay by the Food Reserve Agency paying farmers has many implications, which are both economical and also social implications. First of all, it is very important to understand that farmers often operate on tight margins in terms of relying on small resources, to support their immediate expenses, which includes seed, fertilizers, and also in terms of labor. And therefore, delays can lead to cash flow problems, and this makes it difficult for our farmers to invest, effectively in the farming season, even in the area of making it very difficult for them to make production decisions because they may not have resources that they can use to buy inputs.
My point that I want to advise all patriotic.
Traditional leader Chief Shaibila of the Lela-speaking people of Mukushi district has expressed disappointment with poor workmanship at the Mansansa Police Constituency Development Fund CDF construction project in Central Province. The chief says substandard works point to the engagement of an unqualified contractor, a situation he says would not be tolerated in his chiefdom. He has since assured the Mansansa Market Committee community members and his advisors that steps will be taken to ensure a qualified contractor is engaged to deliver quality work. Chief Shaibila was speaking during a tour of the Mansansa Police CDF construction site. A 2025 CDF-funded project valued at 732,717 kwacha and 81 ungwe being undertaken by Likos Construction and Logistics. He has since summoned the contractor to account for the quality of works at the site.
Have you seen? Yeah, there's no cement. But there is no cement here. Cement is being compromised. Exactly. The standard when you are building ratio maybe it's 5 sand or 4 1 packet of cement. So meaning here they can be putting 10 bags of 10 wheelbarrows, 1 packet of sand. So such a building, when it rains, if they do a plaster like this, you find after 2 seasons, they all plaster will wash away. So, but that's why you're here. You want to feel it at what stage? In fact, at this stage they've reached. When they start putting the ring beam, we must inspect. We should not permit them to go beyond the ring beam. We must make sure they've done the quality work here. So this one, they must break it. Do a good job. Look at it. Look at it. Have you seen where there is cement? The market committee, have you seen where there is cement? Now look at the difference here and here. And the big difference. Have you seen it?
The Zambia Governance Foundation has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening civil society and community development in Zambia. During an end-of-year media engagement, ZGF Chief Executive Officer Ngwase Mwale announced plans to extend 5-year institutional funding to 38 civil society organizations across the country. According to Ms. Mwale, this initiative, part of the Shifting the Power Program's Civil Society Strengthening Fund, aims to provide stability and predictability to organizations working in community development. She highlighted ZGF work with community foundations, which mobilize resources for long-term development and build trust within communities. As Zambia's first reduced aid commitments, Ms. Mwale stressed the need for democratically anchored development, saying the future of development must be domestically anchored, community-led, and institutionally robust.
The organization will receive average funding worth 2,500,000 kwacha over the 5-year period. That is the total over the 5-year period. This represents a total investment within the 38 civil society organizations of almost 100 million kwacha, which will be pumped into Zambia civil society sector. Not everyone, not throughout the country, but we are guided by our resource envelope, but also the target districts where we are working in. This commitment from the Zambia Government Foundation reflects our belief that strong institutions at community and district level are essential to Zambia's decentralization agenda, to effective service delivery, and indeed to accountable governance. Our work in 2025 also reaffirmed the importance of anchoring development in communities themselves. That is why we continue to work with 9 community foundations in Rufunsa, Chisampa, and Chibongo, and Luangwa, who have the potential to cascade to other provinces once lessons are learned. We are still piloting, working through community foundation. A community foundation, by way of definition, is a locally governed institution that mobilizes and manages resources for the long-term development of a defined geographic area.
A lot of reflection.
Deputy Permanent Secretary for Lusaka Province, Alex Chipomapushi, has held the graduating class of Gideon Roberts' 15th graduation ceremony, describing graduation as not only a personal milestone, but also a recognition of a new generation of innovators, creators, and leaders set to contribute to Zambia's national development. Speaking at the event, Mr. Mapushi emphasized that education remains a powerful equalizer capable of providing opportunities and leveling the playing field. Meanwhile, Speaker of the National Assembly, Nelly Muti, commended the graduates for their decision, dedication, and hard work, highlighting that success is achieved through sacrifice, determination, and perseverance.
I therefore extend my heartfelt gratitude to the leadership of Gideon Roberts University for bestowing upon me the honorary doctorate of law degree. This doctorate is not only a mere academic title for me, it is a powerful reminder of my responsibility, sacrifice, and calling to public service. As I receive this honor, I stand not only as the honorable Nelly, the first female speaker of the National Assembly of Zambia, but also as Nelly, the girl from the village, whose dreams were once far bigger than her circumstances. But I therefore extend my heartfelt gratitude.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and appreciation that I stand before you this morning to celebrate the 15th graduation ceremony of Gideon Roberts University, a milestone that reflects scholarly rigor, institutional growth, and the enduring power of education. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduation is far more than a formal rite of passage. It is a defining moment, an academic culmination that culminates from years of academic reflection, discipline, sacrifice, and intellectual curiosity. It is a moment that also belongs to the candidates, guidance, sponsors, mentors who have done alongside our graduates with unwavering support. Today is not only a celebration of academic excellence.
And in sports news, Kansanshi Dynamo's football club returns to MTN Super League action with an away trip to Levi Mwanawasa Stadium to face Zesco United in a rescheduled Week 12 fixture. The two sides are separated by only 3 points on the league table, with Zesco United sitting 12th on the 15th points, while Kansanshi Dynamos occupy 5th with 11th points, setting the stage for a tightly contested encounter. The match will be the third in charge for head coach Muhammad Fati, who has overseen 2 consecutive draws since taking over the Mavanga boys. Speaking ahead of the game, Coach Fati expressed optimism about the team's progress, praising the commitment of his players and technical bench, and reaffirming Kansanshi Dynamo's attacking identity despite the pressure at the lower end of the table.
This is against Buffalo. We are unlucky after leading. They came back from behind. But Zesco game we have different plan, and we are planning to have positive results from this game. We are not far from survive relegation, and I don't want to talk about survive relegation. There's a lot of games coming, and the difference is just some goals. But our target is to, as soon as possible, we have to go to the warm area, warm zone in the log, in the middle of the log. So the guys are working very hard, and the technical bench, they are working with me very hard, and I think.
And now a look at the top stories making headlines once again. Muito nullifies Luvinda's expulsions, no by-elections to be held. Livingstone man discovers what is suspected to be a human hand belonging to an infant. Mpongwe Town Council workers protest enters day 2. And in sports news, Zesco to host Kansanshi Dynamos this Saturday. On that item, it brings us to the end of the main news. I've been your host, Tracy Mwansa. Stay tuned and happy festive season. Thank you.
Are you a parent looking for a school with values-driven ethos and a firm belief in an all-encompassing Christian education for your child? Then look no further. At Gospel Outreach Christian Academy, we make the educational experience of your child as rewarding as possible. Offering an excellent reading program that gets our reception children reading within 6 weeks. And examination practice packages tailored to prepare our learners sufficiently for final exams, helping your child make the passing choice to holistic education. A school that believes in helping struggling students get up to speed, providing for the mind, body, and soul. Enroll your child in any of the grades from baby class to grade 12 and enjoy flexible payment plans with up to 5% discounts for payments made during school holidays. For information, call 0979 404809. Gospel Outreach Christian Academy. Excellence through Christian education. Scan the QR code to apply. Get in touch with us on 0972 568195.
95.